Yeah.
See, where like it didn't motivate you like to want to like be a better person or like
To be a better
Yeah.
person, sure. Because
Like-
they gave out like notepads with
Mhm.
like a little message inside them, like
Do
that you
better.
can read every single day in the morning,
yeah,
count your blessings and stuff like that. So
yeah. Hágalo con ganas.
All that for what, 1,500 an hour?
yeah, all that for
You left with a notebook and like some gratitude for like wanting to be better. That's really all you got from it. But that's the $1,500. That's what that's the
Hey.
money. That's what it went towards.
They're making their money somehow.
Yo.
But guys, I have some sad news. There's always been something I wanted to say, and this is hard for me. But
Why can't I hear it?
you can hear me?
dude, how you gonna cut them out in the middle of
Yeah,
it?
like I'm in the middle of my sad.
My
Like,
fault.
let me be sad, bro.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've always wanted to say this. You gotta listen to me.
All right.
It's very serious. And I'm just grateful we have this moment, so I could say, "What up, guys? Welcome to
What's the wrong camera? Come on,
guys. I'm sorry. What up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of the Alpha Media Podcast. 5 or 4, one of those.
Number 5. We're back.
Yeah, we have a new guest, of course. I don't think he even needs less of an introduction. Honestly, he's
Yeah.
been carrying us for a minute now.
He has some motion in Alpha. If you don't know him, then I don't know what you're doing.
Oh God, he really do got motion. We have Isaac with us.
Thank
Yeah,
you. That's
that's
a
awesome.
great introduction.
How you doing today?
Great
It's a-
introduction. Great. I'm doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing really well
We're doing
ourselves.
good. We're doing good. Had a busy day.
Yep.
Woke up a little late. I've been calling. Well, he woke up late. I've been up for a
Yo,
while.
But the crazy thing is, like, he's saying that I woke up late, but I still got onto campus before he did. So, like, what does that
Yeah.
tell you?
No, it's because we have this. Like, he will wake up late to everything, so he's always late. But I'll be up early, and then like take hours just to get ready.
That happens to me as well. So I'm waking up at like 6 a.m. but like going to campus like right on time, almost
Yeah.
late to my class.
Barely
like,
making
yeah.
it.
So you'll be up, but like you don't really have like the ganas to like get ready. I'm like, I got an hour. I can wait a little bit, but I'm like, I need to fix that. I need to get that like locked in. Like I need to get my
Yeah.
time.
About that,
time
that's
management.
enough yapping. Anyway, Isaac, this is your camera right here. Just look at them. Tell them about yourself. Introduce yourself.
All right, guys. Hey, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Isaac Amaya. I was a previous president for Alpha, so for the year 2024 to 2025, and now I've switched roles, but we'll go into that in a bit, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about that at the end. It's pretty exciting, actually. Our first question is: who have been some of your mentors in your time here at ASU and at Alpha? Not just in Alpha, but like at ASU in general, or like as a college student coming up. Now I think you're junior or senior year.
Senior year.
Senior year, yeah.
All right, so that's a really good question. There are actually two mentors that come to mind. First one is one of my best friends in the world, Paulo Casanova. So he, for those of you who do not know him or are new to Alpha, he was the previous president before I was. And I mean, this guy already knew his stuff, like interview processes, how to build a solid resume, how to network. He already knew his stuff. He was really focused ever since his freshman year. And I was lucky enough to meet him in my sophomore year. So he basically started to teach me the ways of how I could, begin networking, how I could begin building a solid resume. And little by little, he did help me, a lot throughout my career. Helped me secure a couple of internships, helped me build my network, all that good stuff. So that's probably my first mentor right off the bat in ASU, right? Yeah. And my second mentor is actually someone that I don't know. It started actually also because of Alpha, but it was more of a side quest sort of thing. So she was actually my supervisor for my on-campus job here at ASU. She no longer works here, but she basically was the one while I was president who gave me guidance through everything that was trouble, any complicated scenarios that I had to navigate. She was there to kind of teach me and
to show you the way.
Give me I mean, she has a lot of really good experience herself, so she gave me insights into how to solve different situations. And I think she was probably the best mentor I could have ever asked for. She did teach me also a lot of professional skills, more social skills like empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy, because she's a really empathetic person, and me personally, I found that I kind of struggle with that, like in leadership positions. But yeah, she was my second mentor that I had at ASU.
So, like, in your time as president, like, how was it navigating that? Like, with Alpha growing, you know, like, we started off, I remember when we came in, it was still pretty small. Like, you were president, Jacobo just became president, but you were president from when it was small and to when it was growing.
We're still gaining numbers, you know, getting member attendance.
So, like, how was navigating that? Like, how was the e-board and all that?
Dude, you're gonna get me started on here. But, okay, so, try to imagine this, okay? 2.5 years ago, I think, I attended the first general meeting of Alpha ever without even, you know, knowing what Alpha stood for.
Yeah.
And when I entered the room, it was like probably 12 people, maybe 12 people, and it was like a room that had capacity of like 30.
Yeah.
So you could tell like the room wasn't even full, right? And you had Pablo with one of his polos ready there to give. I think we were playing like a Kahoot or something. But yeah, so that was like my first introduction to Alpha. And when I first joined the board, it was during, not that semester actually, it was a year later from my first general meeting. I ended up joining the board as an external outreach BP. And basically, me and Pablo, we already spoke about this a lot of time before. We really saw the potential of the club, right? Because I mean, it blew my mind that when I got here to ASU, I mean, it's a border state. Arizona is a border state, and it just blew my mind that there wasn't like one spot, one place where Latinos could just like be there and have a good time. Like,
find that community. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, there was not a spot that I could identify like that. So once I got to know Alpha, me and Pablo and a couple of other people saw the potential of the club. Like we could, if we really worked hard and built it correctly, it could become everything. So when I decided to go for president, that was kind of already in my mind as soon as I hopped on the board.
Yeah.
And Pablo kind of gave me that confidence that like you have some potential in you for, to become a great leader in this club. And one thing that actually stuck with me. And it, to the day, I still remember it, here and there. But I asked Pablo like a month before elections, before I ran for president, and I told him like, hey, like, quick question, just give me an insight. How did you know that you were ready to be a president? Like, what did I feel like? And he took his time to answer, and he told me, man, I never felt ready. I never felt ready. And that was so crazy to me to hear from, my point of view, because I saw Pablo as like, damn, he knows his stuff. Like, he's
a mentor to you.
Yeah, like a mentor. He seems like so experienced within not only like, the college life, but within Alpha, like the ins and outs of everything. So him telling me that, it's like, wow, I may not even, ever feel ready to be a president or, an intern or whatever that may be. But I mean, he gave me the courage. So, to sum it up, we basically implemented like a plan, a change plan when I became president. So I'm not sure if you guys were there for like my first semester as president, but
I think we were there the second.
Yeah.
Second?
Yeah.
Second semester.
Yeah. So we actually had only 6 general meetings in the whole semester. So it was like every 2 weeks or every 3 at a point in time. And I mean, from my role, I was the one in charge of contacting recruiters, right? So I logged in during summer. Like, I logged in, started reaching out very early, having like multiple meetings in a day during summer. And I thought to myself, like, hey, honestly, like, we're probably like 2 months out from the first event. And I'm already like packed. I already packed the calendar. Like, I'm doing a really good job. I think we could scale this. Like, this is really scalable. So
make it mainstream.
Yes, exactly. So we fast forwarded, and I presented the idea to introduce a second vice president of external outreach. So, someone didn't have to carry the whole
workload.
The whole workload. So we ended up integrating that second position, and the first semester we ended up going from 6 general meetings to 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And increased the events as well. So that's kind of the story. And naturally, people, we kind of started to create a community, and just a safe space where people could, return and have a fun time. So yeah, it was really calculated, but I'm kind of giving like a rough overview of everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, same thing I said with Jacobo when we interviewed him. We definitely see the growth. Like it's happening. You know, Alpha is.
Yeah, so movement, you know, like we're making waves at ASU.
Yeah.
Like also with the HPSA, everybody just getting bigger and bigger by the day. A lot more like member tenants. I see that a lot too. Like I see a lot of new faces that I wouldn't like have.
Yeah, a lot of new faces and a lot of the same faces are coming back, which is good.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah. You know something that blows my mind now?
Yeah.
That I also I'm seeing a lot of new faces, which is great. I love it.
Yeah.
But it blows my mind that like there are people now in the club that don't know me, don't know Pablo, like all the history behind the club. So that like blows my mind.
Like the Gen Z of Alpha.
Exactly. It makes me so happy to see, you know, new faces coming in and out. But yeah, I mean, we've grown so much. It's pretty mind blowing.
Yeah. So also, I want to talk about. So you went from president and now to the new position of VP of Personal Development. Could you talk about the position, how you feel about this transition, just everything that went, like the little path from beginning to president to now being VP of Personal Development?
Yeah. So actually, I already had in mind that I wanted to continue my career until I graduated in Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some ideas off of Andres, which was a previous professional development VP.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time just trying to figure out what I wanted out of this role. So the basics of this role is helping people with their interview prep, their resumes, and all that stuff. But I felt like I could squeeze way more. Mm-hmm. So Andres ended up funding the consulting club, which ended up doing great. They had a massive presentation at the end with Damien, the CEO of Alpha, which they nailed it. I was there and they nailed it. So since it's not in my expertise consulting, I kind of stay away from taking on that workload because honestly, I was not sure if I would be able to lead people in that, you know, industry, consulting. Yeah. So I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to do. And, you know, I thought to myself, okay, I know I'm a good technical guy, right? I study computer science. I'm good with the technical stuff. But I'm also interested in finance. And there's a lot of finance folks within our club, within Alpha. So I said, okay, why do I just not merge these two things into a project? Mm-hmm. So I ended up creating the quantitative finance group as a part of the role.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast.
Talk about it a little bit later.
Just to end this little part here before we go to our regularly scheduled programming, is that how you say it, or is that after when you're doing the segment?
It's like it's a little bit after, but it's like it don't make sense in a bit.
What's the best piece of advice someone has given you in recent years? Not just in Alpha. Actually, no. I'm gonna say
both.
Not in Alpha or ASU. Just life advice.
Anybody.
Well, that's a really good question. Okay. So for Alpha, I'll say that as my second kind of part of the answer. Nothing's coming to mind. But for the first part, it wasn't actually, it's an author, so I was reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
So
that counts.
Yeah, they didn't tell me, but I read that. It's a quote that really stuck with me, and I've previously heard it before, but for some reason, like I heard it a couple of months ago, and it just like
stuck with you,
coming up to my head. Yeah, it's don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. And that was like a guiding principle when I was a president, because a lot of the things when you enter a club or an organization that's already settled, already has their way of doing things, is trying to break those things apart, asking yourself why are they done those ways, what are the benefits, what are possibly the downsides. And it's basically that the concept of not being afraid to change anything. That sure, it may be able to work. It's fine, but could it be better? Can we improve it? Can we change it? Yeah. So that was one of my main kind of points when speaking to the board, when thinking even myself about how I want to implement stuff. It's sacrificing the things that may look solid, but that they might have a big room for improvement. So that's like the piece of advice that I got from somebody else. And for the piece of advice I got from Alpha, I would say it wasn't a conversation with Pablo, again, the previous president. So this was probably like 2 years ago, back before I went to the first convention for Alpha.
Yeah.
we were speaking about, you know, the companies that were going to go there. And at that point in time, I had no experience regarding like networking, professional development, or anything of that sort. And I remember that I was looking for a tech company in the first convention, right? And honestly, Alpha has grown a lot, but back then there was no jobs for like computer science or like internships for computer science or data science. It was really hard to find a job in the Alpha convention that had tech.
Yeah.
So I think the only companies that were in tech was like Microsoft, and they were not even hiring for tech; they were hiring for finance. And I think a consulting firm was also looking into tech consulting, right? But it was like big companies like Microsoft and like there was also Google there. And before I went to talk to them, I talked with Pablo and I told him like, hey man, honestly, I'm really nervous. I don't have experience. I don't think my resume is like strong at all. Like, I mean, I don't know what to do, right? And I told him, I don't think I would be, you know, that guy that got, you know, this kind of internship. And again, with so much like confidence and just like, you know, a lot of clear vision, he told me like, why not? Oh, why
What's
not?
the worst that can happen?
Why can't you be that guy? You know, why can't you be the one that, you know, gets this amazing internship? Why can't you be that guy that, you know, just kills it at convention? Why not? Why not you? Out of everyone here, why not you? You know, get that out of your head. So, I mean, that's like the most valuable piece of advice, and I think it's really important as a leader to actually think also about the mentality that you want to instill, and not only your board members, but the members as a whole, people who you interact with on a daily basis. So, yeah.
The mantra of Alpha, you gotta like just do it. Like,
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
sí se puede.
We'll put that in the title.
Sí se puede,
Yeah, like,
Cyril.
for everything, man.
Con
like,
ganas.
Con ganas, muchas ganas, yeah.
Comunidad. What is that? What does comunidad even mean? Every meeting you always hear someone say, Al Familia this, Al Familia that, Al Familia podcast. Us Latinos, we're all about comunidad. You always hear someone say, ¿Cómo está tu familia? Tu abuela, tus primos. Siempre algo así, ¿verdad? But where does comunidad come from? How do you build that? Some might say it's the way you lift each other up or who you have common interests with. But I don't think we appreciate enough the work that goes into getting us together in the first place. The events committee is always hard at work coming up with ideas and interesting ways to bring us together and create spaces where we truly feel like a familia. Diego, Ashley, and their events committee are making sure we have spaces to connect, grow, and celebrate our comunidad. So to dive deeper into what it takes to make all of this happen, my co-host Benin met with them to talk about their work, their vision, and what's next for Alpha events. Let's take a look.
Diego, you want to introduce yourself a bit for the people that don't know you?
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Diego de la Vina. I'm a current junior at Barrett the Honors College of Arizona State University, studying supply chain management and economics with a certificate in business data analytics. I'm currently the co-VP of events at Alpha, and I'm excited to speak with you today.
All right, thank you for coming.
Hey everybody, as you can see I'm back. I know I said it was going to be Benny doing the interviews. I'm here too as well. And we're here with Ashley Escalante today. Hey Ashley, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How
That's
about
great.
you?
I'm doing great as well. So a lot of people may not know you. They be maybe new to Alpha. Could you let people know who you are and like what your major and all that?
Well, my name is Ashley. I'm a digital marketing major with a certificate in data analytics. I'm a junior this year, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
So take us back through this semester, right? What have been some of the events that have been the best received, and which one has been your personal favorite?
Yeah, so I mean, I think personally that my favorite one was probably the Paint and Sip. We just had it during this week on Monday.
Yeah.
Currently it's finals week, so everyone's kind of going through that stress. So we use it as like a little de-stress, kind of just to calm everyone down. It was very low key, it was very good with the flow, and I think that's something that a lot of events lack because obviously it's more structured. Like I know Ashley and I like planning out ahead of time. And I think that it just gave members a chance to kind of just take a step back and like relax with everyone. So that was probably one of my favorites. I know that everyone loved the Alpha and Love game show, which I'm sure Ashley will talk about later. But the Paint and Sip was definitely my favorite.
Oh yeah, and I won that, by the way. Got $10.
Yeah.
So Ashley, looking back at the semester, what do you think has been the best received event, and like what was the most fun event for you to plan like, over the semester?
My favorite event we've done so far was the Alpha in Love one. So we like held a dating show and we asked 6 guys and 6 girls to participate, and we convinced some of the board girl members. They're all my friends, I love them dearly, and we wanted to make sure we got good candidates for the guys. For the guys and the girls, we sent out a form and we asked them, if they had a guy or girl in particular they wanted us like to include in the game. So we kind of did a little bit of matchmaking, me and Diego, and it ended up being a really fun event. It got a little messy, I'm not gonna lie. There was a little bit of drama, but
We'll throw up a clip right now. You'll
yeah,
see.
we'll throw up a clip. You guys will see it right now. But it was a super fun event. Everyone loved it, and we got like really good feedback from it. But
It was definitely a fun event. I really had a good time. Like just being in the audience and watching that.
I'm glad.
So no budget, no limit. What's your dream event? What's the event that you're planning?
I think that's something that I would love to do because I personally love playing soccer. It's my favorite sport. I would love to hold like an Alpha Olympics where it's really just a bracket of different clubs. So any kind of organization that's on campus, whether it's the multicultural frats or PAB, SCMA, anything, just different brackets of soccer teams, and it's like a FIFA World Cup. I think that's something that's obviously impossible to organize. Not everyone has the time. It would take like a week or 2 to do as well because it's on the weekends or something like that. But that'd be my dream event just because I've grew up watching soccer, playing soccer my whole life.
Yeah, and if we had Jacobo playing, we'd definitely
Yeah.
dominate.
No, yeah, with Jacobo playing, being manager as well. I mean, I think that we would dominate either way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ashley, so as we all know, conventions are very important. Jacobo always talks about it. Everyone's always saying like you need to go to a convention, get your points. But like, why do you think conventions is very important for members to like develop personally and just things like that and of that aspect?
Well, I think the most important part about convention for me is the different opportunities they give to Latinos. I feel like it can be kind of difficult to find opportunities for us, especially I'm a first gen, so my parents didn't go to college, and I didn't know anything about the corporate world, how like internships work, how to get a job, how to do interviews, resumes, I knew nothing. And I think going to convention gave me the opportunity to talk to all these recruiters and learn about what they look for in students, what they look for in your resume, and how to communicate with like these higher corporate companies. So I think this is a really big opportunity that everyone should go to and should fight to go to.
That roadmap just to help you like develop professionally, just
Yeah.
get that experience. Okay, that's really good.
So if you could be any Latino other than Bolivian, I think that's what you are.
Yeah.
Which would you be?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think like Benin said, not a lot of people know I am Bolivian. I didn't grow up, but I was born in La Paz. There's a couple Bolivians like our VP of Finance, Francisco Luna. He's
Oh, yeah.
Bolivian. There's a couple members as well, Joaquin, Esteban, Saul. So it's actually really cool. There's that kind of cultures that's here.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's hard to bring the Bolivian culture here in South America, and if you didn't know. But if I could be any other Latino, I would probably be Brazilian, just because I think the history with football, I mean, it's one of a kind. You have the likes of Pelé, Neymar, Zico, Carlos Alberto, Garincha. Like there's just so many idols, and you can't compare it to any other country. They have the most World Cups in the world. And honestly, Brazil is probably beautiful as well. The beaches are fantastic, and the Copacabana is super nice.
Yeah.
And Bolivia doesn't have any beaches or any oceans, so
Thanks. So you're a
something I look forward
fan.
to. Yeah, I'm a fan. I definitely look forward to that. I've never been, but I'd love to visit as well.
Okay.
So you've been with Alpha for a while now. Now you're a junior. What has been your fondest memory, like just coming to Alpha, and just what was that great memory that you had with Alpha?
Oh man, there's a lot of good memories. I feel like since I joined my second semester of my sophomore year just because I wanted to get more involved in different clubs. And I asked my my closest friends Sasha and Paola to come with me, and we kind of just stuck around, and then we heard about convention, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go to convention. So I think my favorite memory I have of Alpha was going to convention. That was the most like fun 4 days I've ever had, and the networking opportunities and the interviews we had, like it was the most fun time I've ever had.
I guess the same thing too, guys. Like I said earlier, and I'm gonna say it again.
comunidad is a staple of Alpha, so you know we're gonna hold on that every time. I might say it a lot, you might get tired of it, but comunidad is where it's at. Al Familia, that's what we are. So you know, stay tuned with more Al Familia podcast.
Could you shout out a committee member and who has done exceptional work and what they bring to your team, like to the events committee?
Yeah, so I think something that Ashley and I tried doing this semester with our committee is really bringing people that are passionate about events planning, seeing members just enjoy going to events, whether it's for committee points or just finding new friends, right? Because obviously Alpha is a professional club, but outside of that, we want it to be social.
Yeah.
And so 2 of our events or committee members won Member of the Month. And so they're obviously fantastic, the entire team is, but I think that someone that has really been doing work as a freshman right now is Anthony. Anthony is a freshman, he's doing comp sci, so he has nothing to do with business, but he's trying to involve himself and kind of push into that space where obviously it's his own ambition. I think that's something that I look up to. I think it's hard to really move around in industries like that, especially with something like comp sci where it's so competitive. But I would say that he's been doing a fantastic job. He's very active, he communicates very well. Obviously events, it's not a technical job, there's not really much you have to do, but of course I think that he brings that team building skills, whether it's leadership or whether it's reminding people of stuff. I think he does an excellent job of that.
You and Diego both on the events committee. You have a lot of committee members. Who do you think has been the most impactful member and like contributing the most, and like who do you want to highlight?
Well, I love all my committee members. I love them all dearly. But there's been one that's been standing out a lot recently, and that's been Chris Garcia. He's been a huge help. He's constantly texting in the group chat, thinking of new ideas. He always comes up to me and Diego like every week, like, hey, I have this idea for an event. I'm gonna do some research. Like right now, he's planning an event all on his own. Like we didn't ask him to do it. He's been doing it all
It's that
himself.
initiative.
Yeah. So, shout out Chris. You're doing a good job.
Shout out you, bro.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And guys, make sure you join Alpha, come to the events, come to the socials. They work hard. You know, they do a lot of work for us to, you know, have fun and whatnot. So, Diego.
Ashley, thank you for coming to do this interview with us. We really appreciate it. We got some very simple questions answered, and that's having you here today. Everybody, come to events, come to more. Like we need everybody to show up, show out, but that community out with us, and just Alpha's where it's at. Shout out HBSA too. HBSA is out like doing big things, but you know we're getting there, and we're gonna be out like we're gonna be a big dog soon. So stay tuned for that.
So as everybody knows, and as you've been telling us, you've been very involved with Alpha since coming to here as a freshman, like being through school, coming to everything. So like, what have you done in high school? Like any extracurriculars that you've done, or were you active at all in your community? Like what like has like molded you and like led you to want to be more involved here at ASU? Like was there any of those curriculars in high school?
Okay, so I think I might give an answer so out of the ordinary, but honestly, in high school, I was not involved at all within my school, within the community as a whole.
Yeah.
I was really I played tennis for 13 years.
I played tennis as well.
13 years.
13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I played not professionally, but
Yeah.
competitively
Okay.
back in Mexico.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of my free time away. So I practiced for 3 hours every day from Monday to Friday, and sometimes over the weekend. So
All that rallying every day.
yeah, I did not have time to get involved with school, nor was I interested, honestly. But yeah, I mean, throughout high school, I was not really involved. I was that kid that oftentimes forgot about his homework, did not study. You know, I wasn't a good student, if I'm being completely honest. But when I got to college, I even had a conversation actually with my dad, and he was worried about me, you know, going on to college to a different country with my best friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he told me like, hey, you know, brought up this concern, told me like, hey, honestly, like I'm worried about you. Like you gotta make sure that you keep your focus and not do anything crazy. You know, maintain your academics and all that stuff. And I even told him. I told him like, hey, okay, I'll be honest with you. I know I'm on my senior year in high school, but I promise to you that once I enter high school, or not high school, once I enter college, the fun is over. The playing is over. Like, because you know, I really I'm gonna focus. That's what I said to him.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So I started off in San Antonio. So I'm a transfer. I started off in San Antonio, and in San Antonio, I started to get more involved, not with clubs, but with programs and kind of cohorts.
Yeah.
This could be like leadership cohorts, or, you know, just innovative or entrepreneurial cohorts within my school. So that was
professional aspects.
yeah, that was like my first steps into getting more active within my school. And then when I transferred over to ASU, I knew I had to add some voluntary experience in my resume, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I met Pablo, one of the first things he said is, "Yeah, I'm a president for a club. You guys should definitely check out my general meeting." So we ended up going to his general meeting, and that was like the perfect spot for me to start at because it was a small club. Honestly, it was hard for anyone to get involved because a lot of people kind of thought of that like, oh, it's too much work, it's not worth it. So I decided to pick that up and kind of said like, hey, look, I'm gonna try to get something out of it, and if I mess up, there's not gonna be any consequences, right? So that was kind of my motivator behind getting involved in ASU. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys are you familiar with Figma? It's like literally the same thing.
No.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Just
It's like the same concept, exactly the same. That is a unicorn company. I did not know that.
Like no other company does. What's a unicorn company?
Okay.
For people who don't know. What
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
unicorn
For the people that
company is.
don't
No, let us know, Isaac.
Unicorn company is companies that are or startups that are valuated at over $1 billion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just
Fun
for
fact:
Figma?
there are 8 Mexican startups that are unicorns.
Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
Mostly, there are Chinese in the U.S.
Interesting.
That's
I didn't
wild.
know that. Good
Fun
to know.
fact of the day.
I
Yeah.
like that.
And
Oh,
how was a test or like
they just ask you like a bunch of questions, like like scenarios. Like say you're in a classroom and a teacher is lecturing. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And you just explain like, oh, I'm probably not paying
Yeah.
attention.
Oh yeah, never that.
It was just questions like that. I didn't actually have you say in like in an
I
environment.
thought they would
being
like
They were
strap you to like a
taking
machine.
notes.
and
They
have
were
it.
like, I bet. I think she was a little on the spectrum. No, like it's not
Actually, like one big indicator that you have ADHD, which I did not know, is if you are someone that likes to change their environment a lot. For example, like you can rearrange your room quite often, or like change the way certain things are organized in your household.
That's like a telltale sign that you have.
Yes.
Yeah, at least on the spectrum for sure.
So
Caffeine.
I feel like it's a whole
also.
other thing, but
Really?
like
You like caffeine?
Yeah, I do. It doesn't really like get me that jittery. It's just like I just need it.
You just like it for the taste?
just for the
Yeah.
caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's gotten really bad recently.
Yeah, like if you start shaking and like start like crashing out on the floor, guys.
Somebody tries to
She's-
talk you
she's
before you've
okay.
had your coffee.
Yeah, no.
Get away
That raps.
Yeah.
Okay, tenemos una lista de frases,
4 frases.
4 frases.
Sí.
O sea, tenemos una lista de 4 frases y les vamos a decir las frases y ustedes tienen que adivinar quién dijo.
¿Quién es esa frase?
Okay.
¿Ustedes están listos o qué?
Ready.
Listos.
Okay.
Claro.
Listo.
La primera
Oh,
frase es...
son en inglés, by the way.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Your network is your net worth.
That's been said by like half of the board.
I think probably.
I'd say Jacob.
Or is this current board or can it be past board?
Sí.
Okay.
No
Pablo.
importa. ¿Quién?
I think Pablo. I feel like he said that before.
Yeah, but I've definitely heard
I mean, yeah.
more
but
recently
where do you-
Jacob say that.
Where do you think Jacob got it?
I don't know. Probably
That's
from
his
Pablo.
best friend.
Yeah.
Besties.
Final guess.
Final guess. Your
we both?
network is. Oh no! Actually, no. Mariana.
Oh shoot! You're right, Mariana.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was like at the back of my head.
Final
yeah.
guess?
Mariana.
Mariana.
Yeah.
Do you want to break the news to him or should I?
Our answer here says todo el mundo.
Loki.
So we got it right.
Right answer.
I know Mariana put it down for I think her interview that
Oh yeah.
she
Mhm.
did with
I remember.
Anthony. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Your net worth. Your network is your net worth.
La otra es Forrest Gump because I'm always running.
Forrest Gump because I'm always running.
Oh, I feel like I should know that.
Everyone should know this. Don't ask me why.
Mm,
It was in the Alpha in Love.
oh,
I think.
one of the guys said that, huh?
No me acuerdo.
Yeah, I think
No,
it
no,
was.
tampoco.
I think it was.
I think it might have been.
Pero ¿quién dijo eso?
Benin.
Quizás.
That's my.
Final answer. Final answer.
I'm trying to think of like the guys who are like who run.
Come on, you win Final
Nico?
Jeopardy right now.
Final answer?
Nico, I don't know. Nico.
All right, we're gonna go with Isak's answer. Right answer. Yeah, Benin.
Did I say that? Oh man, I'm sorry.
I should have had a mic. I really lost with that answer.
Hey, we don't talk about that. But.
Don't remember.
All right.
At least it wasn't memorable.
All right, somebody else that you guys are everybody should be very familiar with. You know, can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now?
Jaden Smith.
Wrong one.
No,
It
but
has
it's
to be an
somebody
alpha.
that made an alpha. Who said that? They know
Okay.
who they are.
DD.
Yes, it has to be Diego.
Definitely Diego.
Yeah,
he
that
said
was
that.
too easy.
Right answer. All right, last one.
This one's my favorite one.
It's the one that I've heard very recently.
Very
It's gonna-
close to my
It's
heart.
gonna stick with me forever.
Why not?
I was thinking about it.
Why
I have
not?
no idea.
Pablo Casanova.
Why can't it be you?
Why can't it be you?
Damn.
Oh yeah, Ashley wouldn't know it.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the podcast yet. Crazy.
I'm sorry.
But yeah.
Podcast not even out.
But yeah.
Okay, there was one more. This was from a recent meeting. It's paying dividends.
Right off the bat, we know it's a finance folk.
Miguel.
Yeah, very recent.
No,
It's not someone in Alpha. It's
someone
that's been to Alpha.
that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. And who could that be? Ashley, any ideas?
Is it a finance person?
You tell me.
Wait, can you repeat it?
Well, we'll tell you the company was CBRE.
It's paid dividends.
I'll say
Well, oh yeah, keep going.
Is it one of the speakers?
yes.
Is
but
it?
It is.
What's his name? Vicente?
Right answer. That's right.
Yeah.
He said that, you know, like for the past couple of days, I've been saying that now, and Ben just really like. Ben mentioned to me, he was like, "Why do you keep saying that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's probably from the meeting." And yeah, it's from him, Vicente. Shout out Vicente. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout
yeah.
out him.
But that was it.
I love those guys. The guys from CBRE.
Yep.
I think they're one of the only companies I remember from the first semester I started Alpha.
Yeah.
They're
Really memorable
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
But Ben actually got it.
I got it.
got it?
Yeah.
5 for 5.
I bet. Flipping the script.
All right, flipping the
We're
script.
gonna ask the questions now. Ask the phrases.
Who said El Corazón?
David.
Yeah.
Mhm.
David Crujo,
The GOAT.
the GOAT.
R.I.P.
the
Oh wait,
Spanish
he's
GOAT.
just in Spain. Never mind.
Yeah.
Who said laminate your resumes?
Jacobo.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, why would you guess before I even get back? Jacobo.
Yeah,
Jacobo.
I was there for that one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had another one, but he's here, so he'll know.
Say it.
I'm a chill guy.
Oh. Daniel.
Yep.
Put the clip. Throw the clip, guys. I'm gonna throw it
We'll
right
put it
here.
in there or over there. I don't know
I'm
how.
gonna play it like just. It's gonna be passed all over the screen. I'm just a chill guy.
And at the end of the day, I'm
He's
just,
just
a chill guy.
Okay. ¿Cómo te gusta quitar el estrés?
Okay. Stress toys.
Oh yeah.
This is my paunch.
You want to show,
It's a
show
worry
that to the
stone.
camera?
It's like a worry stone, and you just kind of like rub his belly when you're stressed.
You see?
I used to work
Me
with.
siento muy tranquilo con esto.
I used to work with preschool kids,
Mhm.
so I have a lot of knowledge on like stress toys and fidget toys. But yeah. Oh. He tried to steal it from me.
Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac.
Okay, so I personally, I think not a stress toy, but an activity
Mhm.
is what keeps me kind of not stressed throughout the day, and that's going to the gym and having a good workout.
I was about to say that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think that in the gym, I'm just like myself, my thoughts. So like for 1 hour and a half each day, I don't know. It does like clear up my head. So I'd say that. Yeah.
That's mine as well. So I have nothing else to add to that. That was mine.
Nah. Mine, well, it's not as much anymore, but I used to read a lot whenever I was like, because you kind of have to focus when you're reading, so you can't really think about too much.
Yeah.
But I don't do it as much as I used to, unfortunately.
We'll get back to it one day.
I better
One of these days.
Yeah.
start fake crying so I can like put in like sad music like sad violin like.
What's that? You could be an actor, Brandon.
That's me. All right, everybody.
I've been
Act like you're gonna
practicing.
cry. 30 seconds. Ashley, go.
Act like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
like- See if you
because I
can.
can
See it,
really
like-
cry.
No, like
Oh.
do it. Like, just,
Let's see
oh, like,
that.
I want to like yes.
Oh.
Show us.
For 30
In the
seconds.
camera.
I have 30 seconds
I
to
look,
cry.
Look, remember,
Yes.
right now,
Okay.
right now, look, right now you're on set. The director just told you, I bet you're in the scene. Your whole family died in a car accident, and you guys got the news right now. Why is that funny to you? You're supposed to be sad. This is a sad moment in your life. Your whole family died in a car accident. You can't laugh. All right, take
Okay.
2. Go.
All right. Everybody be serious.
She bursts out laughing.
You just got to start.
I can't do it. I thought I was gonna be able to do it, but I can't do it because I'm laughing too much. because Daniel was like,
Your whole
"Why is that
family's
funny?
dead.
Why are you laughing?
It's not funny.
It's not funny, but the way you said it made me laugh." Isaac, you cry.
Yeah, that's all you.
I'm uncomfortable right now.
You're on the spot. You go. Cry. 3, 2, 1.
I do not have those abilities. On the spot,
I bet,
cry.
hold on, let me try. My
Yes.
family died. Al Familia podcast is dead too as well. I can't.
Punches a
My
wall.
family's dead.
I'm like, what a shame.
No.
Another day, I guess. No, but I can't.
You know what they say?
What do they
What
say?
do they say?
I don't know what they say.
Bro, a button, really?
Comunidad. What is that? What does comunidad even mean? Every meeting you always hear someone say Al Familia this, Al Familia that, Al Familia podcast. Us Latinos.
Bro,
What about comunidad?
no.
You always hear.
Stop.
¿Cómo
You
está tu
already messed it
familia?
up.
Tu abuelo, tus primos.
Why would you start laughing? That was
Y
fine.
siempre habla así, ¿verdad?
It's not even in view.
Do you guys are you familiar with Figma? It's like literally the same thing.
No.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Just
It's like the same concept, exactly the same. That is a unicorn company. I did not know that.